Hello, grade 10. Welcome to quarter two. So, this time we are diving into some super important kitchen skills that will help us become awesome cooks. So, we are starting with mise en place. So, mise en place is a fancy French term that basically means everything in its place. So, it is all about getting organized before you start cooking. So think of it like getting all your art supplies ready before you start painting. So you wouldn't want to be searching for your favorite brush when you're in the middle of creating a masterpiece, right? So in this lesson, we are going to learn why mise en place is so crucial for successful cooking. So we will cover everything from washing and prepping our ingredients to making sure we have all the right tools ready to go. So get ready to level up your kitchen game and make cooking way more fun and efficient. So let's get started. So for the introduction, the culinary concept of mise en place is fundamental to efficient and successful cooking, representing the practice of having all ingredients prepped, tools readily available, and the workspace meticulously organized before commencing the cooking process. So while mise en place encompasses all aspects of culinary preparation, mastering the art of preparing vegetables is particularly crucial. So, vegetables contribute significantly to the nutritional value, flavor profile, the texture, and even the visual appeal of dishes. So, to maximize their potential, it is essential to acquire the knowledge and skills necessary for proper washing, peeling, cutting, and even thawing techniques. So, all of which will be comprehensively covered in this lesson as integral components of effective mise en place. So to start with preparing fresh vegetables from garden to cutting board. So washing vegetables is the foundational step in preparing them for cooking. Of serving as the primary method for removing dirt, pesticides, and potentially harmful bacteria from their surfaces. So the process typically involves placing the vegetables in a colander and rinsing them thoroughly under cold, running water, ensuring that all surfaces are exposed to the stream. To dislodge more stubborn debris, you have to gently rub the surface of each vegetable while rinsing. So for delicate leafy greens, a slightly different approach is recommended. So soak them in a bowl filled with cold water, allowing any dirt to settle to the bottom before carefully lifting the greens out, leaving the sediment behind. So this washing process ensures that the vegetables are clean and safe to consume or incorporate into a dish, thus laying the groundwork for all subsequent preparation steps. So next step is soaking. So soaking vegetables in cold water offers a method to revive slightly wilted produce and loosen stubborn dirt that may cling to their surfaces. So to properly soak vegetables, submerge them in a bowl filled with cold water for a period of 15 to 30 minutes. So for enhanced cleaning, consider adding a tablespoon of salt or vinegar to the water, as these can help to further dislodge dirt and eliminate bacteria. So this soaking process allows the vegetables to rehydrate, potentially restoring some of their crispness, and ensures a more thorough cleaning than simply rinsing under running water, particularly for vegetables with intricate surfaces or those that have been stored for an extended period. Then the next step is peeling and cutting. So peeling is an essential step in vegetable preparation that involves removing the outer layer of the vegetable, often to improve texture, appearance, or digestibility. So this process can be accomplished using either a vegetable peeler or a paring knife. So, depending on the type of shape of the vegetable. So, to minimize waste and preserve as much of the edible portion as possible, it is important to peel thinly, removing only the outermost layer of skin rather than digging deeply into the flesh. So, while peeling removes the outer layer, cutting prepares the vegetable for cooking. Next is the basic knife cuts or the chef's toolkit. So first is chopping. So chopping is a fundamental and versatile knife skill that produces roughly cut, irregularly shaped pieces, making it well suited for use in stews, soups, and sauces where a uniform appearance is not paramount. So, to execute a proper chop, hold the vegetable firmly on a cutting board, ensuring a stable base, and then use a rocking motion with your knife, moving the blade up and down while progressing across the vegetable. So, these technique allows for efficient and relatively quick creation of the desired rough cut pieces, ideal for the dishes where the vegetables will break down further during the cooking process. Another type is the chiffonade or chiffonade. It is a knife technique derived from the French word for rag, that produces elegant or thin ribbons of leafy greens or herbs. So, to execute this cut, all you need to do is stack the leaves on top of one another, then roll them tightly into a compact cylinder. So using a sharp knife, slice the rolled leaves thinly, perpendicular to the roll, and then creating delicate ribbon-like strips that are often used as a garnish or to add a burst of fresh flavor to a dish. And then the next is the diamond cut. It is also known as a um, lozenge cut, if I pronounce it right. It is a decorative knife technique used to enhance the visual appeal of vegetables. So, to create diamond shapes, begin with a rectangular piece of the vegetable. So, then using a sharp knife, make angle cuts along the surface, alternating the direction of the angle with each cut. So, this process results in a series of diamond shaped pieces that can add an elegant touch to various dishes. And then we also have here mincing. So, mincing is a knife technique that creates very finely chopped pieces of vegetables, primarily to release their maximum flavor. So the process begins with finely chopping the vegetable into small pieces. Then, using a rocking motion with your knife, keeping the tip of the knife anchored to the cutting board while moving the handle up and down in an arc. So continue to break down the pieces even further until a fine, almost paste-like consistency is achieved. So this technique is commonly used for ingredients like garlic, ginger, and herbs, where the goal is to distribute their intense flavors evenly throughout a dish. And then next we have julienne and batonette. So these are precise knife cuts that create uniform, stick-shaped pieces of vegetables, crucial for both even cooking and visually appealing presentation. So a julienne cut results in thin, matchstick-like pieces measuring approximately 1/8 inch or 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch by 2 inches, while a bassinet cut produces slightly larger sticks, about 1/4 by 1/4 by 2.5 to 3 inches. So, to achieve these cuts, begin by squaring off the vegetable, creating flat sides. Then, slice the vegetable into planks of the desired thickness, either 1/8 inch for julienne or 1/4 inch for bassinet. And then finally cut these planks lengthwise into sticks, resulting in the characteristic matched stick or stick shapes. And then we also have paysan, or the paysan cut, also referred to as fermier, French word for peasant style. So it is a rustic knife technique that produces flat, thin pieces of vegetables in various shapes, including squares, triangles, or rounds, often used in traditional or country style dishes. So, to execute a paysan cut, begin by slicing the vegetable thinly, then, using a knife, cut the slices into the desired shape, creating a collection of flat, rustic pieces that add texture and visual character to the dish. And then we have the rondelle cut, derived from the French term for round slice. So it is a straightforward knife technique that produces simple round slices of vegetables. So to create a rondelle cut, slice the vegetable perpendicular to its length, ensuring that each slice maintains a consistent thickness and a circular shape. So these technique is commonly used for vegetables like carrots, cucumbers, and zucchini, where the round shape is both aesthetically pleasing and functional for even cooking. And then we have bias. So the bias cut is a knife technique that produces angled slices of vegetables, creating a larger surface area compared to a straight perpendicular slice. So, to execute a bias cut, hold the knife at approximately a 45-degree angle to the vegetable and slice, creating elongated oval shaped pieces. So this angle cut is often used to enhance the visual appeal of dishes and um, also to promote faster and more even cooking due to the increased surface area exposed to heat. And then we have the oblique cuts, also known as roll cuts, are a knife technique that creates irregular, angled pieces of vegetables designed to cook quickly and offer a dynamic visual presentation. So, to execute an oblique cut, begin by cutting the vegetable at a sharp angle. Then, roll the vegetable a quarter turn and make another angle cut. Repeating this process as you work along the length of the vegetable. So, this technique results in a series of non-uniform, so angled pieces that not only cook rapidly but also add an interesting textural and visual element to the dish. And then we have the thawing frozen vegetables. And thawing frozen vegetables preserving quality. So it is a process aimed at preserving their quality, but in certain cases, the convenience of cooking them directly from their frozen state is a viable option. So, this method is particularly well suited when adding frozen vegetables to dishes like soups, stews, or stir fries, where The gradual thawing and cooking process can occur simultaneously without significantly compromising the final texture or flavor. Cooking directly from frozen simplifies meal preparation and reduces the need for pre planning, making it a practical choice for many recipes. The next step or the next type of thawing is microwaving. So it offers a rapid method for cooking frozen vegetables. However, this speed comes with the risk of overcooking, which can result in a mushy and undesirable texture. So, to mitigate this risk, it is recommended to use the defrost setting on the microwave, which provides a gentler heat, and to check the vegetables frequently during the cooking process. So, regular monitoring allows you to stop the cooking at the optimal point, preventing the vegetables from becoming overly soft and preserving their overall quality. And then the last thing is thawing frozen vegetables under cold water. So this one, it offers a gentle and relatively quick method for reviving their texture and quality. So to do this effectively, so all you need to do is place the frozen vegetables in a sealed bag to prevent them from becoming waterlogged. Submerge the bag completely in a bowl or container filled with cold water and change the water every 30 minutes. So the circulating cold water helps to accelerate the thawing process while maintaining a consistent temperature, which minimizes the risk of bacterial growth and helps the vegetables retain their crispness. So there you have it. So we are done with our lesson or with lesson 1 for quarter 2. Now, please answer the following review questions thoroughly and concisely on a one whole sheet of paper. So be sure to provide clear and complete responses, demonstrating your understanding of the material. So, thank you so much. Great then. Bye.